Welcome to the Plantiful Goddess Podcast. My name is Jessica Karwat and I'm a holistic coach for women, certified vegan nutritionist, fitness trainer, yogi, and reiki master. I have coached hundreds of women worldwide, and I made it my mission to help women from all around the world transform their lives and health in ways they didn't think was possible. If you're looking to uplevel your health, learn about the best practical tips on vegan health and fitness, master your menstrual cycle, improve your relationship with food, and so much more, so that you can reconnect with the powerful woman that you're meant to be, then you have come to the right place. My goal in this podcast is for you to help you step up your game, reconnect with yourself as a woman, and elevate your health and life. We are going to have so much fun in this podcast. Are you ready? Hello, my Plantiful Goddesses. I'm so excited to be recording this episode for you today. I hope you are having a beautiful day, beautiful morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you're listening to this. And I hope that despite challenges in your life, despite anything that is currently going on for you, you are happy, you're fulfilled, and you're doing amazing. Before we get into the episode, maybe you've already seen on my Instagram, if you're following me, we have just launched the new version of the Plantiful Goddess program. This is the second time that we're launching it, and I'm so excited that it's time already. And we're looking for new, beautiful ladies that are ready to elevate their health and life in all aspects in life, okay? This program is nothing what you have seen before on the market. It really encompasses all of the very important areas that we all need to focus on in order to live a healthy and fulfilled life. And I really truly believe that this program is something that every single woman should be doing out there. This is not a nutrition and training program only, okay? This goes far beyond that. This goes really into getting to know yourself, really changing the beliefs that you've been holding, connecting back with yourself as a woman, connecting back with your feminine energy, with your sexuality in all aspects of life, really creating a good relationship, not only with food, but also with yourself. Because at the end of the day, it really comes down to that. This is the core of everything. And learning how your cycle affects you, learning how you can really make this work for you, how you can become the super elevated goddess that you've been wanting to become for so long. I also truly believe that this is the perfect time to join a program like this, just because, guys, you know, winter is approaching, it is getting colder, we are probably spending more time at home. And what else can you do than join a program like this, where you can really connect with women from all around the world and get coached while just, you know, not sitting in front of the TV the whole day, but actually doing that, okay? Doing something for yourself and working on yourself and just deciding to put yourself first. I think that's the biggest thing here. Anyways, I'll stop talking. If that sounds interesting to you, we're going to be starting probably by the end of October. So make sure you're applying right now through the link in the show notes. We're going to be having an amazing time for sure. So make sure you do that. And yeah, let's get started with the episode. All right, so today I really want to talk about something that I hear so often when women reach out to me and they want to change their health and they want to improve their health and just really dedicate more time to themselves. A lot of times I hear sentences like, I just need more motivation, or I need to be more dedicated, or I have a hard time following through on something, okay, on my goals, on eating well, on moving my body regularly, on having a meditation practice, you know, all of those things that we know are healthy and we should all be doing in order to have a healthy life. Now, I've been myself meditating a little bit on these sentences that I've been hearing a lot from women that decide to reach out to me and, you know, take the next step in improving their lives. And whenever I've been really listening to what women have been saying to me, I kept realizing that when you sign up to a coaching program, you will not find motivation. Motivation is something that is internal. And motivation has nothing to do with you spending money on a program, but you committing to yourself. Same thing to dedication. Dedication, whenever you have a hard time staying dedicated to something, the question is rather, do you have a hard time showing up for yourself? Do you have a hard time really doing these things for yourself and not for someone else? Because every time that we decide to go on a journey, improve in something, but we don't do it for ourselves, the question is, who are you doing it then for? Because that's where then there will be lack of motivation or lack of dedication. Now, of course, we can also get a step further. And when it comes to motivation, and we don't know why we do a certain thing, it's because we haven't really clearly set our intention yet. We don't know what it is that we want to achieve. We say we want a healthier lifestyle, but a healthier lifestyle, what does it exactly mean for you, right? For every single person, it will mean something different. For, the, let's say, 45-year-old lady or 55-year-old lady, it might mean just really getting her 3 meals a day that are nutritious and going on a walk in the evening whenever, the sun is setting, because that's what makes her feel good. Whereas for an 18-year-old girl, it can mean that she wants to take dance classes every evening and she wants to move more, right? For a 30-year-old, it might mean that she wants to stop smoking, right? So as you can see, the motivation from person to person is going to be so different. And the reason as to why you want to do something is going to be so different. And that's very, very important to understand whenever you go on a journey like this. You need to understand your core reasoning behind this. You need to understand what is your big goal that you want to achieve when you go on this journey of self-improvement. Same thing, striving away from the health goals part. If you want to have your own business, a lot of times it's not enough to just say, I want to have my own business, when you don't know, first of all, what kind of business you want to have. Second of all, what kind of impact you want to have with your business. Why do you want to have your business? Like, what is it going to give you in terms of benefits? So setting these things clear are going to give you kind of like even a cheat sheet where whenever motivation is low, because it's normal that we are not every day 100% motivated to go for something. Whenever we do have low motivation, we can remind ourselves of why we are doing a certain thing. And that applies again to anything in life. So that's kind of the basis of what I wanted to share when it comes to motivation and why I will not be able to motivate you. It's completely up to you to decide if you want to change your life or not. Now, I want to take it a step further though, because a lot of times, we do identify ourselves with certain characteristics that we have, right? A lot of times, I hear people say, oh, I'm just not a patient person, or I'm just perfectionist. That's why I have a hard time doing anything or starting anything, because if I don't do it 100% right, I'm not going to do it at all. Or I'm just a lazy person, or I've just always been this way. So as you can see, a lot of times we create this type of image that we have of ourselves, and we really hold on to it tightly. We really believe in it, like someone believes in a religion or God, or whatever you think is true for you, you will believe and hold on to it so much that this is actually the blocker that is holding you away and becoming the person that you want to, because you believe in it so freaking much that, of course, when you say you're a lazy person, you will lose motivation after a week or lose dedication after a week, because whenever you have one day of low motivation, you're going to go back to the statement of yourself and just tell yourself, well, that's just the way I am. Okay, so as you can see here, this is pretty common that we identify ourselves with this certain image that we have of ourselves. Now, when it comes to self-image, this basically is not only created in the present moment of our life, but this certain type of self-image that we hold of ourselves, that's how you say it, has been created over years and years since you were born. It's literally all actions, feelings, behaviors, and abilities. And these are going to be always consistent with the self-image that you have of yourself. So whenever, for example, we feel blocked to do something, we say, there are certain blockages in my body and I can't work through it and I don't know what it is. I don't know why I can't get a new job. I don't know why I can't make more money. I don't know why I can't lose weight. I don't know why I can't eat healthy. These are all blockages in our body, and these blockages are basically nothing else than the self-image that was created of ourselves. And that's the reason why we're having such a hard time achieving certain things in our life. Okay? And this self-image is huge. A lot of times we're not even realizing that we are having this certain self-image in our mind. And I'm going to give you a personal example. So I was able to build this business to a 6-figure business very quickly, because that's the self-image that I had in my mind, that I am capable of being successful. But there came a time in my business where I realized I'm blocking myself of making more money. I was constantly blocked by making more money. And I asked myself, okay, why is there this stupid blockage? Because I do want to make more money, but I just can't seem to make more money. And I got back in my childhood and I realized that I do hold the self-image of myself that I am allowed to be successful, but not too successful. I can make money, but not a lot of money. And so I realized that I've been holding this image of myself that yes, I can be successful, but there's always going to be someone that's better than me, and I can never get to their level. Like, I always look up to people and I always think, oh, I wish I could do that. And I forget that this is based on the self-image that I hold of myself. That's exactly the reason why I can't do it, is because I don't think I can. Internally, my self-image tells me I really don't think I can. And so every single action that I'm taking on a daily basis is based on that self-image. Every single belief that I'm holding is based on that self-image. And so no matter how much I continue working on positive thinking, if I don't change my self-image, I'm always going to be blocked. I'm always going to reach those blockages that are there, that are holding me back from living my full potential. Now, I just mentioned positive thinking, and positive thinking is, and don't get me wrong, positive thinking is amazing and something that I believe we should all be doing on a daily basis. Positive thinking means nothing else than consciously listening to your thoughts and deciding if they're good or bad. Okay? So when you wake up in the morning and you have a hard time getting out of bed because your thinking is negative, you feel like, I don't want to get up, it's cold, I don't want to work today, everything sucks. This is consciously realizing the thoughts that you're having and changing them. Okay? But here, again, you are only working on your thoughts. You are not working on your self-image. So you're not actually going deeper and asking yourself, why do I even feel this way? Why do I act this way? Why do I have these thoughts in the first place? And so, of course, with those conscious reprogramming or the positive thinking, you are able to really reprogram your thoughts and constantly working on that. Now, I want to give you another example in terms of self-image and how important it is based in the book that I read. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. I think that's how you say his name. And he talked about the example that there was a teacher and he decided, because in his class there were students that had the self-image of themselves that they are bad students and they just were grade D and E students, and that's just how it was. And he decided to really help them change their self-image and really work on reprogramming all of the, beliefs that they were holding. And after a short amount of time, these students were able to reach grade A's in school and were admitted into the best universities in the States. So this is a clear example of how important it is to change your self-image and to really work on that. Now, the great thing is that we as humans, we are engineered for success. We have really a huge, great access to ourselves, and we can reach any goal that we want. But what's holding us back is exactly that self-image. And so it's important to understand that if you want to change that self-image, you want to be clear on what it is that you want to change it for. You need to have a goal, okay? You need to have a goal in mind, what it is that you want to change about yourself. So when a child is born, okay, a baby is born, and you see children starting to pick up things, they also not picking up a pen immediately right away. They will probably grab something else, or the pen will fall out of their hands. This exact same principle applies to us humans. As a child, you're not scared to make a mistake. After a while, it becomes so automatic that today, whenever you pick up a pen, you don't have to think about it. It just happens naturally, right? And the same thing applies to us humans. We try to do new things. We try to strive for a goal, but we think when we make a mistake, it's bad. And instead of it seeing as a learning process, instead of it seeing as a new opportunity to become better and to do something else again to see if that thing will work, we already consider ourselves as failures. And that's, again, the self-image that you're feeding here. So you want to make sure that whenever you do want to create this new self-image of yourself, first of all, you're goal-oriented, but also if you make mistakes, that these mistakes are not seen as a failure, but rather as a learning process. And then you forget the things that you did wrong, that didn't work out, and you focus only on the things that have been going well. That's super, super important as well. Now, you're probably asking yourself, okay, Jess, how can I then change the self-image of myself? I don't even know if you say it that way, self-image of myself, of yourself, but you got my point, okay? You understand what I'm trying to say here. So the biggest success that I have seen with the secret that I'm going to share with you right now. Okay, let me rephrase this. I, for a long time again, have not believed that there were certain goals that I had in my mind, and because of my self-image, I was not able to achieve those goals. And then I was like, okay, I'm sick of constantly putting those boundaries on myself, of constantly creating those blockages in my own body. And I decided to try this. I wouldn't talk about this if I wouldn't believe in this. So I've done it myself, and I've seen that it works. So that's why I really want to share this with you today. Okay? The cool part about our nervous system is that our nervous system cannot tell the difference between imagined experience and real experience. Your nervous system is always going to be reacting to what you think is true. So let me share what I mean here. If you believe, or if your goal is that you want to be a successful business owner, this is what you have to imagine that you already are. So every morning or every evening, or every morning and every evening, you're going to be spending around 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or even 30 minutes imagining yourself as this successful business owner. But I really need you to get into detail here. You really need to be clear on how does this successful business owner look like. What do you wear? How do you speak? What kind of business do you have? How do you talk to the people around you? How do you talk to yourself? Where are you? Everything. Now, if this seems like a huge, impossible thing already, you can start small. So what I've done is whenever I was filling up my coaching program, I would every single day imagine how I would be having the perfect group of people in my program. I would see the perfect goddesses that I wanted to have in this program every single day. And before that, I always had a hard time filling up my coaching spaces to full because I always had that limiting belief in me that I would not be able to do that. And in the last program, I filled them up entirely. All of the spots were gone. And they were gone because I created that image of myself that I am able to do that. And it's crazy. It's crazy, but this stuff works. So if you are wanting to become the healthiest version of yourself, really understand what that version of yourself does. What do you do when you wake up in the morning? What do you do when you feel stressed or anxious? What do you do? What kind of food do you eat? What kind of movement do you do? How do you talk to yourself? How do you look like? Everything. And here, important, really, really freaking important, is that you do this every single day. If you miss 2 to 3 days, the world will not end, but of course, you're not going to experience the effects of it if you do it on a daily basis. And the most important thing is that you first do it for 21 days straight. So when you do this for 21 days straight, this is what you're going, or how you're going to create a habit, and it's going to become a lot more natural for yourself. But this is the type of super simple exercise that is going to create this new image of yourself. And again, what it does is that it's very important that you have to first see clearly the things in your mind before you can do it. Always, you first need to see what it is that you want to do, and you need to see them clearly in your mind. Otherwise, you will be working towards something and you don't know what it is. And that's why so many people feel lost. That's why so many people fall off the bandwagon, because they feel lost. They don't know where they're going. They don't know where they're heading. And then they feel like a failure because they try and fail and try and fail, because they don't know what it is that they want to change. They know they want a healthy lifestyle, but what does this healthy lifestyle look like? How do you feel when you have this healthy lifestyle? And yeah, so successful sports people, basketball players, tennis players, football players, all of them have been using this technique before they got even on to the playing field. All of them have been working on visualizing, imagining how that game was going to go, what they would do if this and that happened, how they would be successful, how they would achieve all of these goals. All of them do that. Same thing with musicians. All of them work on this in their minds over and over and over and over again. And this is really, really freaking powerful. I wouldn't talk about it if it wouldn't work. Okay? And that's why, going back to the very start of this podcast episode, that's why it's not about motivation. It's not about dedication. It's about changing the self-image that you're holding of yourself. And of course, we could talk about the fact that yes, you do need to be dedicated in order for you to change that. But trust me, if you're listening to this right now, that's already the first step into wanting to become a better you. But second of all, I know that when I try something over and over and over again, it doesn't work, I become frustrated. I want to do something for myself because I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't want to keep trying and failing. And of course, as I said, failure is good, but I know that I have been doing the wrong thing if something is not working. And so what's really important here is that you really fully dedicate yourself to yourself. Dedication to yourself is the key to anything that you want to achieve. If you don't have the dedication to yourself, if you don't put yourself first, then no matter what I'm saying here in this podcast episode, you're going to be listening to this, you're going to be learning about this, but you're going to not do the thing. All right, so that's just really, really important. But I want to acknowledge you that you listened to this episode. I want to acknowledge you that you have taken the time today to take it a step further, to self-improving yourself. That's not what you say, but you know what I mean, girl. And I just want to thank you as well. And I hope you can thank yourself as well that you have dedicated this time to becoming a better version. So thank you so much for listening, my goddess. I really hope you have a blissful day. Again, reminder, if you want to learn more about these things, you want to learn how you can take it even a step further, this is the stuff that we teach in the coaching program, okay? As you can see, we go really deep, and I will be able to coach you one-on-one through all of this that's coming up for you through these blockages. So it's important to have a mentor as well. It's important to not always do this on your own, but have someone by your side that can help you elevate even quicker, that can help you transform even bigger. And that's really the key to everything. I have my own mentors, and I'm always going to have them. And so should you. So if this speaks to you, apply to the program. I'd be super, super honored to get on a free call with you and really just discover who you are as a person and how it is that I can help you. That's the key to all of it. Thank you so much for listening to this again. I hope you have, again, a beautiful day. I keep repeating myself, but you know what I mean. And I'll talk to you very, very soon.